What's up, everybody? It's Prashant here. Welcome to my YouTube channel and thank you for joining me today. On Christmas Day, my wife gifted me the new Oculus Quest 2 headset. She had seen me use this a few weeks ago when we were visiting a friend and I really enjoyed it. So this is not my first time using it, but it's pretty close. I think I used it for a total of an hour playing Beat Saber the last time. So now over here, I've got the sealed box. I've never opened it. And I'm going to open it for the first time here, and then I'm probably going to set it up, and then we're going to dive in, and hopefully I'm going to do a, I'm gonna do a cast to my phone, and hopefully I'll be able to do a screen recording of that, so you'll be able to see what I see. And I'm going to be walking through what I see there and how I set this up, and hopefully I'll also be talking about my thoughts on the metaverse or the digital universe or whatever else it might be called in the future. All right, so let's open this box up. So like you can see, just a plain nice white box, Oculus Quest 2 from Facebook. I'm not a huge fan of Facebook as a corporation. In the last few years, they've come under fire for doing a bunch of interesting business practices. I don't know if Facebook is going to be the dominant firm in this field, but of course they have rebranded themselves recently from Facebook to Meta, and this is the only, or at least the one I know, the first hardware that I know that can really launch you into this VR or metaverse world. Of course, everyone's started calling it the metaverse, so of course that tells you that Facebook, whatever it might be, Facebook does have a lot of power in the market, and if they're able to get everybody saying the same words, maybe we are all adapting to its lingo. So they are definitely a first mover, and maybe they will be the dominant field. We just don't know. It's too early to tell. I will say I read somewhere though that the app that goes with the Quest 2 model or the Quest model, whatever it is, was the most downloaded app on Christmas Day, which means that a lot of people got this as a gift. So I think this is this retails for $3.99. Like I said, my wife bought it, so I don't really know, but I think it's either $2.99 or $3.99. I'm gonna make sure that I put it on the screen here. Maybe even give you a link in the description below. And yeah, let's open it. So right over here, there's a tab that says to open it. So I'm just gonna pull this off right there. And then let's see if it just slides right off. Oh, there's a tab on this side too. Yep. Okay, maybe that's it. Oh, that didn't. Okay, here we go. All right. Okay, so inside a pretty plain brown box. Whoa, is it upside down? I think it's upside down, you guys. All right, so I'm gonna turn this over. Oh, okay, that makes more sense, you know, the Oculus logo right there. Okay, here we go. So we've got two controllers. I think there are battery tabs down here. Yep, and then we've got the headset itself, and we've got, I assume this is the charger. Let's see. Yep, just a regular charger, I think, with a USB-C connection on either end and a wall brick. I'm gonna take that out. What is this? The book. I'm gonna leave that in. Hopefully I can figure it out without it. So one good thing that I do know that this comes with is like a glasses spacer. So if you wear glasses like I do usually, you can use it with your glasses. This thing I know goes just inside the hood of this thing, and then you can use it with your glasses on. Right now I'm wearing contacts, so I won't be using this, but I will definitely keep it out and install it in my system so I don't have to put my contacts in every time I want to use it. Also, if you do have this glasses spacer in, you can still use it, or somebody who does not use glasses can still use it, which is a really good feature. So I think this was well thought out on Meta's part. Okay, here we go. So let's see if there's anything else in here. Looks like there is. I'll make sure. Oh, I think this must be the case for the glasses spacer. All right. Quest 2 silicone cover. All right. Maybe it goes over this or something. I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna just put it on the side. And then here we go. This is the main headset. So as you can see, you know, somewhat thick headset. So I think as in the future iterations, this needs to get smaller, obviously. It is somewhat heavy, and I know from previous use that after you use it for a few minutes, it feels kind of, it tires you out a little bit. And then also this head strap, again, I've used it with this head strap, as well as with another extension, like a third-party marketplace thing or something, that my friend had, and it had a better headband and an extra battery pack at the back, so it extends your battery life. But this is good for now. We're gonna see how it goes. And let's see. So I'm gonna get these controllers out. I'm gonna read these instructions. Let's see real quick. Okay, pull the tab there. There's a tab here, which I guess we can pull. It must be a paper thing. We'll figure that out. And then how to fix the circumference. All right. So I'm gonna move the box away here and see what happens. So here we go. So again, looking at this headpiece again, so you've got a little foam padding over here, and I think this silicone cover goes on top of that more than, yep, that must be it, to kind of protect it from sweat, which is probably a good idea. So I'm just gonna go ahead and try and put this on right away. And I assume for some people, maybe they don't like the feel of silicone right on their skin. I can see that. And that might be the reason that they don't have, like, it's removable, instead of just a that's how it comes out of the box. That's my guess, but who knows? Maybe it's not. But okay, so I've got that installed. That was pretty simple to install. Hopefully it stays in there. So you've got these two protective covers, of course. The cool thing about this is, people have different distances between their eyes. So these can actually, hopefully you can see pretty well here, these actually can move in and out to be able to adjust, right? So come pretty close and, pretty far apart. So that's pretty cool that, it's got some kind of a, what do you call it? Some kind of adjustability for other different people to be able to use it. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn this around. So I think these two are sensors or cameras of some sort. There's a volume button here, there's a power button here, and that's pretty much it. So why don't we pull this tab off first? Yep, just a paper covering, pretty nice. Okay, as I opened that, I'm seeing a few other things. So that's your charging port right on the side. I don't know what this is. Maybe a headset port? I'm not sure. More cameras come into, or sensors, other types of sensors come into view here. And then again, there's an input there, there's an input there. I'm not sure what those are, maybe for infrared or sound or whatever. I'm not sure. All right. Either way, so I'm gonna peel this off. Oh, this is such a good moment too, right? When you get to peel something off the first time. Ah, yeah. That's satisfying. That was satisfying. Okay. All right, here we go. See, so right away, somewhat easy to put on. It's a little bit small for my head in this direction, so let's see how I can lengthen that. I wish I'd read the instructions in the box a little bit more closely, but I'm sure we can figure it out. Let's see here. Oh, that feels the wrong thing. Let's try it again. Okay, that feels a little bit better. All right, I'm gonna long press this power button, see if anything happens. Honestly, oh, yep, it's turning on. So all I see right now is a black screen and the Oculus logo in white in front of it, and it's booting up, I assume. Okay. Made some noise. Now there's a 3 dots, it's loading. Okay, white screen. Now it wants me to pick up the controllers. All right, I don't know where my controllers are. Okay. Okay. There's one battery tab pulled out. There's the other controller. Oh, as soon as the battery tab pulled out, it actually shows up on my virtual screen here, and I can kind of take a look here. And then let's pull the other one out. There we go. And hopefully that, all right, yep, both show up. And it's trying to kind of take me through like a system of pairing it, kind of get me used to it. So it's telling me to press the trigger button to go next. And so what it's doing is, you cannot see my screen yet, we'll get there, but it's showing these like kind of like white lines going from the front of my controller, and in the screen interface in front of me I can see white dots, so you can kind of just go and kind of click onto it. So that's kind of cool. Okay, I don't know why it won't go next. Oh, there we go. All right, it's the first thing. Now it's actually downloading updates, so that's a kind of interesting. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this headset down, put it down while it does these updates, and move my stuff around here so I have a more clear open space, so that if I move my arms around I don't knock something over, right? So I'm going to keep this down and I'll see you in just a minute. Okay, I believe the headset has finished making its updates. In the meantime, I've moved stuff around so I can like sit more comfortably, and I've just downloaded the Oculus app on my cell phone. The first thing it wants to do is to allow Bluetooth access, which is fine. And then it wants me to log into my Facebook account. Now in the keynote, when he was talking about Metaverse overall, Mark Zuckerberg did say that he wants to make it so that people can use the Metaverse or the Quest, I suppose, without having to use one of Facebook's other products like Messenger, Facebook, or WhatsApp to log in. But we'll see how that goes. So, all right, so it's gonna say it's making me set up a profile and a username. I'm not gonna, okay, so I did not choose a profile, which was nice. And then it wants me to connect my Messenger, which is fine by me. And then it wants me to add my Facebook friends on Oculus, which is weird, but I'm just gonna ignore that. And then blah, blah, blah. Okay, can I do private, I suppose? So then it's asking me some sort like type of privacy info, which is basically like who can see who you are and your activity. I'm just gonna say friends only. And then it wants me to choose interest. This is interesting. It's giving me a few options. So I'm just going to say my interests are social, creativity, and immersive videos. And then I'm gonna go continue. Let's see what happens next. Okay, add payment info for VR app purchases in the Oculus store. I'm just gonna skip that for now. See what we can have for free, or you know, if that's even a possibility. If needed, I'll add some payment info. So then it gives me an option of what headset I have, and there's like 4 options. I didn't even know that there are 4 options. The Quest 2, Quest, the Rift or Rift S, and Go. So I have the Quest 2 headset, so I'm gonna choose that. And then it's trying to pair it with the headset. I've got the headset right here, and then it says look into the headset for a 5-digit code and enter it here. So I'm gonna do that real quick. Let's see. Okay, so I've entered the code that my headset showed, and hopefully it'll be a painless pairing process. And also I hope that it like remains paired, right? It doesn't drop off. Okay, and then it says headset paired, put on your headset to finish device setup. So I'm gonna do that. So now I'm sitting in this space. It looks like I'm in, you know, Sedona, Arizona. Look at that. Like it looks like literally looks like Sedona. There's hot air balloons, but also there's palm trees, which is kind of strange if it were Sedona. But if I look around, you know, you can see like I'm in some sort of a fancy house, I suppose, with an indoor-outdoor seating area. It's kind of cool. There's greenery back there, a bookshelf and a couch there, a swing there. It's pretty cool. And to be honest with you, I think this is one of the most exciting things in VR. Just being able to hang out in cool spaces, being able to visit spaces. You know, when Google Earth first came out and Street View became popular, right? I would just like go places using that, and I still do sometimes. You know, if I'm like for my work and stuff like that, if I need to see what another place looks like, I just use Google Street View. And I think that is such a good application, and I hope that Google Earth comes out with that's kind of something like that before, quickly, so that instead of clicking Street View like on your phone or on your laptop to look around wherever you're going, you can pop one of these on and you can be there. Like, imagine just walking through Venice right now, and it'd be so cool. And especially right now with not being able to travel that easily, I think it'd be super cool to be able to do that. So yeah, I think that's pretty cool. But anyhow, so I'm gonna hit the apps button, see what happens. So there's this dashboard in front of me which allows me to open different apps, so that's pretty cool.
Click the left side of the universal settings to open quick settings.
Okay, so it's kind of like
Quick settings to customize VR control your VR experience. Open the Explore app to discover new VR app.
it's kind of like your cell phone. You've got a dock and blah blah blah. It's pretty cool. You won't be able to access this. No, I don't want to skip the tutorial completely. Explore app. It wants me to open the Explore app. Okay. Oh, there it is.
You're all set. Voice commands can help you quickly search to navigate your Quest 2. Double press the Oculus button.
Okay, I don't want to do that. So it's pretty straightforward, I suppose. You can it's pretty intuitive control. Like, instead of your thumbs on the front on a touch screen, you're using the remote control, and there's a trigger button up front, and you just press that to basically select anything. So that's kind of cool. I want to see like if there are any free apps, so we're gonna go and try and look for an app from the App Store here. Okay, so this one I actually saw a video of earlier on YouTube, and it's the Fit XR, which is like a workout app. And I'm actually kind of interested to see how that goes, because I think that could be really cool too. Like, for me, working out is really boring. I don't like going to the gym, and I really dislike really working out by myself. I feel like I'm kind of alone. So I think this could be a cool way of getting into it. So I'm gonna try and hopefully like I actually do work out, but maybe I won't. We'll see what happens. Okay, so there's a lot of apps here that are like paid apps, which I understand, especially at the beginning. But there are some free apps that I'm really interested in. I know there is a YouTube app here as well, which I'm really excited about. I hope that more and more creators kind of make more VR videos. I personally don't know how to go about it, but I think that's a really cool thing. And Netflix has an app too, which I'm going to download as well, which I think looks really cool too. Which basically, I think I saw at least a YouTube video. It projects like a big screen, right? You feel like you're in a movie theater just watching videos, which, not the best if you want to watch it with somebody, at least right now, or with somebody who doesn't have a headset, because I think if you have a headset, at least the idea is that you can, put these on and then hang out in the same spot, and you don't actually have to be physically in the same room with somebody else. You could have a friend or family across the world, like I do, and just be able to hang out with them. So I think that's really cool. I think Facebook is on to something here, and more people will be able to join in as it becomes more accessible. But I do hope that people can lower the cost of these apps, because I think the cheapest app I've seen so far was like $10, or no, actually there was a $3 thing, but it was like a Disney experience. But usually 10, 20, and a lot of $30. Like, for example, the first game, the Beat Saber game that I played, is actually a $30 game, which is a lot of money. So I'm really hoping that the cost of apps comes down as more and more apps come on. So another app that I just downloaded is the Prime Video, because I've got subscriptions to Prime Video and Netflix and whatever. So I'm gonna try and kind of get into those. Gravity Sketch, I wonder what that's all about. This is cool. Take a trip into orbit and experience life aboard the International Space Station. That's cool. Now that I want to do. Because so when I was a kid, the first thing, when people ask you like, what do you want to be as an adult when you grow up? The very first thing I ever said was astronaut. And then I was like, no, becoming an astronaut is really hard. Like I didn't even know how I would go about doing that. As growing up in India, it's not like NASA was a thing, right? And then of course I didn't do that. But this right here, I'm gonna be an astronaut, a virtual astronaut, right? I'm excited. This is cool. All right, Facebook Watch. I'm not gonna download that. I don't know anybody or anything on Facebook Watch. Like I don't know what I would watch. Downloading. I'm just gonna take this headset off and let it download. But here's what I think. So I'm going to be doing more videos, I think, about this. I think this is really, really cool. And I think it'd be a nice idea to kind of try out a few different apps and kind of show you videos and see how the, like, how people are developing the apps and whatnot. But I think this is a really, really cool thing. Like I was actually skeptical before I tried the headset online. Like I said, I tried the headset on when I was visiting a friend's place, which was about a month ago. And it was so cool to see that it actually, first of all, it feels somewhat natural. Like it's very intuitive. It's not difficult to understand what's going on. You can use it pretty easily. I played a ping pong game, a first-person shooter game, which I didn't really understand very much. It was pretty hard for me. I kept getting shot right away, but it was like Counter-Strike, right? And then I played Beat Saber, which I'm sure you've seen videos of. I'll try to find a clip and put it on the screen here. But it was so immersive. It was so cool. And then I think that a lot of people will use it to connect, right, with their friends. Like, for example, I have friends in 4 continents, right? And I would really enjoy being able to like hang out with them in a virtual room. And hopefully you can like take pictures or scan like your own living room, right? So that your friends can come into your physical space and it actually feels very homey, right? You're actually visiting someone's place and hanging out. Especially over the last 2 years, we haven't been able to see our friends and family as much as we'd like to. And I think this could really capitalize on that FOMO, right? And be able to bring us all together. And I think it's really, really cool. And of course, if you watch Zuckerberg's video online, he talks about how people can make money on it, how you can sell NFTs, and it's all rainbows and butterflies, right? And I think that can happen, right? Don't get me wrong. Of course, there's a lot of money to be made in NFTs, and you can sell that in the metaverse, and it's going to be all these big, beautiful ideas. But I think that's a ways off. And personally, that part excites me, but not as much as the connection, right? Being able to attend meetings across the world with your coworkers in a second, right? You put this on, it's a $300. Just think about it. Any medium to large size company can afford to spend. Think about it. Any medium to large size company can afford to spend, basically $300 on their employee, right? Just with a laptop, you get one of these. And instead of coming to the office, you work from home, but you've got one of these so that when you want an in-person meeting or whatever, or in person, I suppose, you can just put these on rather than just doing a Zoom call. You do a Zoom call on these and now you're in a conference room with everybody. I think that's really, really powerful. Maybe there's some more gear that comes out, right? Like an actual camera so that they can see you. Maybe it just pairs with their laptop camera for whatever, right? So they can actually see your face too. But you've got one of these on. I think that's really, really powerful. And there's a lot to be said in being in one room with people, but more and more people are working remote and people have traveled and, they've left the cities and they live in more suburban or rural areas, and it's hard to bring people together. And I think that would be really interesting for a company that's more enterprise focused like Zoom or Ring Central or somebody like that to do it. I think that could be really powerful. Certainly for people, for entertainment, for hanging out, that could be really powerful too. But it's just not at a place where I would feel comfortable wearing this for a very long time. That's just my first impression. Maybe I'm wrong and it actually works out really well. And I'll have to try it out a little bit more. But I think both those things, like just being able to hang out with your friends and being able to work a little bit closer with your coworkers, I think that those two use cases come to mind like that. And it could be a big money spinner for whatever company can figure it out, right? Zoom went like a rocket ship. That stock went up like crazy over 2022, 2021 when we were all working from home. Imagine the company that launches something on this, or even Facebook. I know they're working on their own Zoom type like workspace software. I know Microsoft is working on it. Like maybe Microsoft builds a software and a hardware solution with Teams, right? And I think that would be really, really powerful. So I'm really excited for what comes next with all of these use cases, whether it's work, entertainment, whatever else it might be, creator economy, YouTube. I'm really excited to see what comes next. So stay tuned for sure to my channel. I'm definitely going to be making more videos here about what I see going on in the metaverse, what I actually have access to right now. And I think it'll be really, really exciting. So yeah, definitely subscribe to this channel, smash the like button, and I'll see you on the next one. Happy New Year.